Eckhart Tolle is one of the most influential spiritual teachers of our time, known for his calm voice, his disarming clarity, and his ability to point directly to the essence of human consciousness. His best-selling book, The Power of Now, became a global phenomenon because it offered something rare, not just ideas, but a transformative experience of presence. In a world filled with anxiety, distraction, and noise, Tolle's message is a reminder that freedom is always available, right here, in this moment. Tolle's journey began not from enlightenment, but from deep suffering. In his late 20s, he experienced long periods of depression, fear, and existential despair. One night, at the edge of collapse, he had a profound inner realization. The voice in his head, the constant stream of worries, stories, and judgments was not truly him. In that moment, the mental noise dissolved and what remained was stillness, peace, and pure awareness. This experience became the foundation of his teachings and changed the course of his life forever. At the heart of Tolle's philosophy is the idea that the mind is a wonderful tool, but a terrible master. Most people live trapped in their thoughts, constantly replaying the past or projecting themselves into the future. This mental time travel creates stress, regret, and fear. Tolle reminds us that life only ever happens now. The now is not a small slice of time. It is the eternal space in which experience unfolds. When we awaken to this truth, suffering begins to dissolve, and a deeper intelligence emerges. Tolle often says that the greatest illusion of the mind is that happiness lies somewhere else, in the next achievement, the next relationship, the next change. But true peace is found only when we fully inhabit the present moment. This doesn't mean ignoring the past or future, but seeing them for what they are, mental constructs. The power of now is the power to step out of compulsive thinking and reconnect with the awareness that we truly are. One of the central themes in Tolle's work is the pain body, a term he uses to describe the accumulated emotional pain that lives within us. This pain body can be triggered by stress, conflict, or even minor frustrations. When activated, it feeds on negativity, arguing, blaming, and suffering. The key to weakening the pain body is awareness. When we observe it without identifying with it, we interrupt its cycle and allow it to dissolve. Awareness, he says, is the light that transforms darkness. Tolle also emphasizes the difference between thought and presence. Thought is the movement of the mind, while presence is the stillness behind it. Presence is not passive, it is intensely alive. When we are present, we feel a sense of spaciousness inside. We become more intuitive, more compassionate, and more connected to the world. Creativity flows more naturally because we are no longer blocked by mental noise. Presence, Tolle says, is our natural state, the essence of who we are beneath the ego. The ego is another central concept in Tolle's teachings. He describes the ego as a false sense of self built from thoughts, memories, roles, and stories. The ego thrives on comparison, conflict, and control. It constantly seeks validation and fears dissolution. But the ego is not our enemy, it is simply unconsciousness. When we recognize the ego without feeding it, it begins to lose its grip. We become less reactive, less defensive, and more open-hearted. Tolle teaches that suffering arises when we resist what is. Resistance is the mental habit of saying no to reality, judging it, fighting it, or wishing it were different. This doesn't mean passivity, but clarity. When we accept the present moment and act from awareness rather than reaction, we respond to life intelligently. Acceptance is not weakness but strength, because it aligns us with the truth of the moment instead of the illusion of the mind. Another powerful idea from Tolle is the concept of the inner body. He encourages us to bring attention into our physical body, the feeling of aliveness, the subtle energy inside the hands, the chest, the abdomen. This inner body awareness pulls us out of the mind and into presence. It reconnects us with the source of life itself. Practicing this regularly strengthens our ability to stay grounded even in stressful situations. Relationships are a major focus in Tolle's teachings. He explains that unconscious relationships driven by ego and emotional pain lead to conflict and suffering. But conscious relationships rooted in presence and compassion become powerful arenas for growth. When we no longer expect another person to complete us, relationships become partnerships of mutual awakening. We learn to listen deeply, speak truthfully, and love without attachment. Tolle often reminds us of the importance of slowing down. Modern life pushes us toward constant activity, doing, achieving, proving ourselves. But in slowing down, we reconnect with being. When we take a breath, pause before responding, or simply observe the world without interpreting it, we open a doorway into stillness. This stillness is not empty, it is full of peace, clarity, and wisdom. An essential part of Tolle's message is the difference between clock time and psychological time. Clock time refers to practical time, appointments, plans, and tasks. Psychological time is the mind's obsession with the past and future, which creates suffering. When we use time for practical purposes but remain anchored in the present, life becomes lighter, more fluid, and more enjoyable. This shift reduces anxiety and reconnects us with the beauty of the moment. Tolle's approach to fear is simple but profound. Fear is a projection of the mind into the future. Fear cannot exist in the present moment. When fear arises, he suggests we bring our attention back to the body, the breath, and the now. This interrupts the mental narrative and dissolves fear's power. By returning to presence, we discover a quiet strength within us, a strength that does not depend on circumstances. He also teaches the importance of observing thoughts without identifying with them. When we watch the mind, we realize we are not the thinker. We are the awareness observing the thoughts. This realization, he says, is liberation. It breaks the identification with the mind and opens the door to peace. Over time, thoughts lose their compulsive grip, and silence becomes more natural. Another theme in Tolle's work is surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving up resistance. It is the recognition that the present moment is already here, and fighting it is pointless. Surrender brings peace, clarity, and flow. It allows life to unfold naturally, without the tension of constant control. When we surrender, we align ourselves with a deeper intelligence that guides our actions effortlessly. Nature plays an important role in Tolle's teachings. He often encourages people to spend time in silence, observing trees, water, or the sky. Nature is always present. It does not worry about the future or regret the past. By spending time in nature, we attune ourselves to its stillness and simplicity. This connection helps quiet the mind and deepen our sense of presence. Tolle's message has inspired millions because it is universal and practical. You don't need beliefs, rituals, or dogmas to experience presence. You only need awareness. Every moment offers an invitation to wake up, to step out of thought and into life. Whether you are washing dishes, walking in a busy street, or sitting in silence, presence is always available. In The Power of Now, Tolle offers simple practices. Feel your breath, observe your thoughts, listen to the sounds around you without labeling them. These practices bring you back into the now. Over time, they transform your entire relationship with life. Stress decreases, creativity increases. Inner peace becomes your default state rather than a temporary escape. Tolle's teachings also address the collective dimension of consciousness. When individuals awaken to presence, they contribute to a more conscious world. Less reactivity means less conflict. More compassion means more unity. The transformation of humanity begins with the transformation of the individual. Presence, Tolle says, is the antidote to the dysfunction of the modern mind. As we approach the end of this exploration, we can reflect on Tolle's fundamental message. The present moment is all we ever have. The past is memory, the future is imagination, and both arise within the now. When we live with awareness, we discover a depth to life that the thinking mind cannot comprehend. The now becomes a source of joy, peace, and freedom. In closing, Eckhart Tolle invites us to awaken, to step out of our thoughts and into the fullness of being. Presence is not a distant goal, it is a living reality available right here. When we embrace the now, we discover our true nature, spacious, aware, and free. And from this inner stillness, life unfolds with grace. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment, and follow us for more personal training videos towards an easy life.